I love a great design, and there's so many beautiful design styles out there. But when it comes to your space, you also want to think about maintaining that space. And sometimes we want low maintenance, not high maintenance. And there are definitely certain decisions that you can make with your design selections that will determine whether it's high maintenance or low maintenance. So let's get into them. So this is a design style, a design element that's been really popular for a while now. And don't get me wrong, I love the way it looks. But this is super, super hard to maintain, and that's black fixtures. So think about that beautiful black faucet in the bathroom or the black shower head, any of those black fixtures in a space that has water especially. But even just, black anything in any space is really hard to maintain. It's going to show dust, it's going to show scratches, it's going to show watermarks, and that is the big one. When it comes to creating a low maintenance space, you may want to opt for something like a brushed nickel or a brushed gold or even a brushed brassy type of a tone. Those will be so much easier for you to maintain in the long term than going for that beautiful black statement piece. Now, I love the way it looks. Just note that if you do decide to use black, you also have to like to clean. So here's another design feature that for some people, they absolutely love it, some don't. I feel like it was a bit more trendy a while ago. Maybe we don't see it quite as much, but it's still one to also be mindful of, and that is the vessel sink. Vessel sinks can look quite beautiful, but unfortunately, they do tend to like splash the water out of it, and it tends to just kind of congregate underneath the bowl. I find with vessel sinks, the way that they're designed, they really do just generate a lot of spillage. So again, it's getting a lot of watermarks over your surfaces, depending on the type of surfaces, depending on your water. Kind of same with the first one. If you have hard water, this is going to be even more noticeable of having these really wet spaces that are hard to maintain and hard to clean. So instead of going for a vessel sink, I highly recommend doing an undermount sink. Undermount sinks are great because you can basically wipe everything right into the sink, and it's just such a nice contained space. And you don't even get that little edge. Like with a drop-in sink, you even get that little edge that can start to get that grime around it, like in a kitchen with the drop-in sinks, you get that little bit of grime around the edges. So an undermount sink is a really great way to have a low maintenance space. Something that I love the look of is a beautiful matte finish to paint. Oh, it looks so nice in a living space or, just throughout the home to have a beautiful matte finish. I think it has a really nice, look and feel to it, a little bit warmer. However, matte finish can actually be really difficult to maintain in your space. It is going to show fingerprints really easily. Basically, it can absorb the oil in your fingers quite easily. It can show scuffs very easily. And another thing with matte paints, for a lot of them, especially on the more affordable side of things, you're going to notice a lot of scuffs and scratches because they just don't have the durability that like an eggshell finish is going to have. Now, there are paints available like Scuff X by Benjamin Moore, not sponsored, but it is a really good paint and I have used it. A lot more expensive to use, but it's going to prevent seeing those like fingerprints and those scuff marks. They do have a matte version, probably not as matte as maybe you would like it to be. I've actually painted a house previously in a matte finish. It was beautiful, but it was hard to maintain and keep looking good. You don't want to be that person, don't touch the walls, but you kind of end up being like that when you have a matte finish on your walls. So a little bit higher maintenance to, keep those looking pristine. A big feature in our space, especially if we're doing a remodel, is our flooring. Flooring can be very high maintenance or very low maintenance depending on what type of flooring you choose. So thinking of a tile that might be more of a natural stone look that has a little bit of deviation to the heights, that is a tile that will require a lot more maintenance. Even if you're thinking about like a hand scraped wood floor look that could be in a lighter color and has that natural, deviation to the floor, whenever you get the different change of heights, even if it's subtle and not super noticeable, it becomes an area that picks up grime and dirt and can sometimes be really difficult to scrub out. I feel like with floors, there's so many options to pick a low maintenance flooring that you can still get the desired outcome you want without having to use something that might be a bit of a dirt collector. So that's a really good one to think of a low maintenance home, is smooth finish and as little deviation in the surface as possible. Now, thinking about tiles and flooring and all of those fun things, I love a good penny round moment. It is a beautiful tile, but it has a lot of grout. Anything that's a small tile with lots of grout is going to be the same thing. It's going to be very difficult to maintain and clean that tile. What you'll tend to do is get a buildup of grime, dirt, water spots. All of that stuff will change the coloring of the grout. So it is a bit of a higher maintenance product. So when you're thinking about doing your space, especially I find like the shower floors or maybe in, a laundry room where you might want to do a more creative floor style, or perhaps a backsplash in a kitchen, when you're thinking about using smaller tiles, something like a mosaic or a penny round, you do want to think about the maintenance because they are going to show lots of dirt. Here's one that I feel like we don't always think about. And it is one that I have been guilty of designing this as well. I will fully admit that because it looks so beautiful, but it's really hard to clean. A freestanding tub when it's tucked into a space. What I mean is you have, the back wall and the two side walls, and it kind of just fits right in there perfectly. That perfect fit causes it to be really hard to actually clean behind the back corners of the space. And you end up with like this collection point of dust and hair, especially if it's like the bathroom, right? Like hair and just dust bunnies. Like it's really hard to get in there. In my space, I have a freestanding tub and it's a little bit tight, but it's just wide enough that I can get back there. But even with the space that I do have, the clearances that I do have on it, it's still a hard space to clean around because the tub comes in and then it is beautiful, but really difficult. And then if you add in the ones where it's like the shower tub combo and it's made to look like a freestanding tub, but it's also your shower point, then you have the glass wall there that also prevents you from being able to clean. So it's not even just the floor, then even the side of the glass shower can be difficult to get a good cleaning on because you just really can't get in there. So I find that although aesthetically is absolutely stunning, it's a really difficult to maintain and keep it looking really pristine. Maybe hire a cleaner if you can. This is one that, as much as I love the look of it, I have it. It is sometimes a big pain in the butt because I do feel like I have to clean it quite often. And that is the shaker panel kitchen cabinetry, or shaker panel cabinetry anywhere. Actually, any reveal detail, doors, cabinets, furniture, it doesn't matter. That little edge collects dust and it's like a never-ending thing to wipe all of those surfaces and get that dust out. I don't know, it drives me nuts. I have a lot of white with that detail on it, and I find it's really noticeable when you have, especially in the white cabinetry or white doors. I have it with both of them. And that is one of those areas that is definitely a lot more high maintenance to keep it looking really, really nice. Now, you could opt to go for a flat panel, and that would just alleviate all of those. And I just did a video on the modern kitchen where I talk about flat panel design, and yeah, easier to clean. That is a big plus for that minimalist modern aesthetic, is less little nooks and crannies for dust to sit in. So this area is one that if you have it, you already know, and that is marble. Marble is a bitch. I do not recommend installing marble in your home in any way, shape, or form unless it's like a side, I don't know, cabinet top that you don't touch, maybe. Marble is so difficult to maintain, especially in kitchens and bathrooms. It looks beautiful. We see lots of imagery of design spaces with marble surfaces. They are beautiful, but opt for something that looks like marble but isn't marble, like a quartz or a corian, or even do a granite. They all require maintenance as well. However, they're easier to maintain than the marble. Marble is so porous. Pretty much anything you put on it will stain it. And I mean even the cleaner to clean it. I know, because I have a big round splotchy stain on my marble surface from cleaner. Like it just, even the cleaner stains the marble. So marble is no fun. And then it just becomes this ongoing battle of trying to keep it looking really, really nice. So I highly recommend, if you want a low maintenance-free home, not to use marble. All right, guys, a little bit of a different video today. Let me know what you think if you want more low maintenance tips for your designed space. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm gonna put a couple up here that I think you might enjoy as well. Until next time, bye.